Messi kept going. It's Lionel Messi! He scored!
It's Ronaldo who's getting there first.
Oh my goodness, Bradley Beal!
Ben Simmons throwing it down, yet another dunk for him.
The best shots are not the best if they are not supported by brilliance.
And Druin comfortably over it! And he goes downtown and celebration style does he!
That's when the management plays an important role.
Bolt gets it again! The time 19.32!
India is a country blessed with gifted and talented sportsmen who are legends in their own way. But something was missing back then. Today, we stand strong with the biggest opportunities in the world of sports.
The reason for IISM's existence in India was a trigger point of IPL. When IPL got introduced in 2010, we realized that there is no formal education available in India for the aspiring students to make a career in this sports industry. And that was one of the trigger points for us to introduce International Institute of Sports Management in 2010. After the introduction of IPL, there are 8 to 10 more sporting big leagues have evolved in India. And to cater to that requirement, we decided to introduce IISM.
Many years ago, back in 2001, I met Nilesh Kulkarni, who was a member, a successful member of a winning Indian cricket team. I was privileged to coach him. And obviously he's taken his great passion for sport and administration into a different area where the exciting opportunities that you have here in Mumbai are unique and a forerunner of perhaps many programs to come. And so I think it's a great option and an exciting possibility if you're interested in this side of things.
There is a feeling that there is a lack of sports management in any sports institution that you take or look at. And slowly I think things are changing because everybody now feels that you require a professional in place to run your sports and ensure that the sports is run well. And in that sense I think IISM took a good decision to start this course.
Impossible is nothing, and IISM is the platform that bridges your dreams with reality.
We are at a very exciting phase of the sports industry in India. On one hand, there is a confluence of sports, leisure and wellness that we are experiencing in our country. And on the other hand, the advent of IPL has led to an era of sportainment. So, professional and commercialization of sport.
The International Institute of Sports Management, or IISM, is India's first platform to offer sports management education to zealous and passionate students. IISM's forte lies in them being the foremost institute involved in the most unexplored sports management education avenues. Rather than being just an institute, IISM strives to become the movement that creates sports management heroes with the ability and the agility to expand new prospects in the sports sector and the business that surrounds it.
Sports management is something like you can just go and study about that, and ultimately you can manage players. So I think IISM is a very good thing happened to sports management.
Institutions like IISM, which are actually creating sports manager, is wonderful thing.
The way the industry is growing, it has a huge potential to absorb as much as possible, and we feel that we are at the right place, and our mission is to share all the possible experience for them and allow them to learn on the field the holistic approach what we have in our institute.
I knew I wanted to do sports management since I was always inclined towards sports. I did my research on the various colleges which give sports management, and once I found out that IISM is an association with Mumbai University, it was clearly a no-brainer. When I'd come here for the group discussions and the personal interviews, I was promised that there'll be more of practical learning and that the faculty will not pressurize us to only read from the books, and that's what's happened so far.
Fundamental principles of IISM academic framework 60-40 ratio of general management to sports management, live projects, industry-led curriculum, pre-reading, post-reading and case study-based studies. With intense focus on core subjects, IISM gradually moves further with the advanced section. If a problem arises, students are taught to deal with it with multiple solutions. Hence, attending class is a must for all. IISM students got the opportunity to gain in-depth knowledge on sports analytics at Sports Analytics Conference in India.
I think it's important for managers and managements to realize that an athlete, the most important thing for an athlete is to play the sport. Besides that, everything else follows. So as long as the sport and the commitment to the sport is not being hampered or sacrificed, everything else goes.
Students doing live research on physical literacy in India during the Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon in association with Victoria University, Australia.
The exposure which we offer to our students, which becomes extremely critical and integral part of our offering to students and therefore their learnings, includes not only from the cricketing fraternity and the administrative people from Professor Ratnakar Shetty to cricketing stalwarts like Ajinkya Rahane, Rohit Sharma, Zair Khan, who have come and interacted along with Rahul Dravid. But apart from the cricketing space, we have Baichung Bhutia, David Moyes, Dhanraj Pillai, Mr. Milkha Singh. So which gives students a complete understanding of different sport challenges and how to prepare themselves for all those challenges.
Yeah, it's terrific that I think, Nilesh started the IISM, and I think the role that it plays in giving young people an opportunity to actually come into the sporting industry, gives people an opportunity to actually professionalize the sporting industry, and I think that's really important.
When the curriculum is designed, it is a very judicious mix of classroom learning, practical exposure, live projects, industry interactions, and guest workshops. We are partners to some of the leading sporting companies to develop knowledge reports. We have partnered with international universities to do physical literacy research on marathon. Such exposure in the field gives students exact correlation between the concepts in the classroom and actual field of application.
The biggest USP is everybody around IISM is a sports freak. Second is because everybody is in the sports industry or has some connect in the sports industry, you do get to meet a lot of people in the industry or have been part of the industry.
How often are students asked to organize tournaments? IISM believes in giving students a first-hand experience of the industry. So, the learning starts right in the class and are implemented on ground as part of interactive learning.
It has been a wonderful year for me with like-minded people in sports, talking sports all day long and getting exposure in the sports field. I wanted to get into the sports field and IISM gave me a right direction to be here. So I worked with Sports Consult on the NBA Junior NBA project.
Courses offered at IISM Mumbai. Bachelor of Sports Management or BSM, which is a 3-year full-time bachelor's degree in sports management in association with University of Mumbai. Master of Sports Management, MSM, 2-year full-time master's degree in sports management in association with University of Mumbai. PGP in Sports and Wellness Management, which is a 11-month autonomous sports management program. From starting sports entrepreneurial ventures to playing a leadership role, and from organizing the biggest sporting events in the country to getting the best sponsors for these events, IISM students are making a mark successfully in the sports management industry.
We have two different innovative programs which includes skill-based and process-based training programs. In the last year, 2016-17, all 100% students were placed, which includes sports marketing, sports retail and merchandising, sports operations, facility and event management, team management, league management, and the most important, grassroots development in sports.
18% is what the industry estimating as the growth of sports sector year on year in India. 16,000 crore is what Star Sports has pledged for next 5 years for cricket in India. PKL, the Pro Kabaddi League, has recently seen a sponsorship jump of 300 crores over almost 100 crores what it was attracting as sponsorship. Overall sponsorship figure indicate to be around 5,600 crore upwards. The football under 17 FIFA World Cup happening in India is further going to pave way to what FIFA describes India's status as the sleeping giant of football.
The future of sports management looks promising, doesn't it?
Before I actually came to IISM, I didn't know what sports management was. It gave me an insight, a perspective, and it was exactly what you called a stepping stone into the sports industry for me. It's a whole gamut of something that is very business-like, and once you get the hang of it and you're still passionate about it, the sky's the limit for you.
I see no reason why you shouldn't be part of this industry. It's challenging. It offers an immense satisfaction because when you love that particular profession, you go that extra mile. So there is no reason for you to believe yourself and be part of this wonderful industry.
This is just the beginning of a new era in the world of sports and a revolution in the Indian sports industry.